Hello there. What is going on, everyone? Did I say hello there? That's Kenobi's line. Kenobi! What is going on, everybody? May the 4th be with you. Happy May the 4th. We have Darth Maul to talk about from Atomic Mass Games. They dropped the Star Wars Legion Shadow Collective Darth Maul. And, well, just Maul. He's not really Darth Maul here, but he's Maul. We're going to talk about Maul today. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Tons of stuff. We got his command cards. We got some new upgrades. We got the new Darksaber. We got a lot of groovy stuff to talk about this crazy Maul. And that's what we're going to do today. So let's get into it. First things first, a little bit of admin stuff. We are still giving away a Shadow Collective box. If you want to enter to win that giveaway, you just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. Also, big thank you to today's sponsor, Luxury Playstyle. Amazing full metal tokens. You're absolutely going to love these. And if you love Maul, you should definitely check out some of the red and black themed command tokens. Those are super gorgeous. You're going to have double-sided tokens, full metal. They're beautiful. You're going to save 15% by using code Crabbok VIP. So definitely head over to luxuryplaystyle.com. Get yourself some amazing tokens and use that code. Orders of $35 or more are going to get a free Crabbok lightsaber nunchuck token that you can use to mark your commander and all that good stuff. So check them out. All right, so first off, we're going to talk about the unit card. We've got the new Shadow Collective Maul unit card, and it's still an operative, right? And a lot of people are talking about the symbols in the top left. What is up with those symbols? Frankly, it's the same symbols that are on the AA5. I have a feeling that there's something that they're just not showing us right there. It's pretty weird. Like the AA5 had that, but then like the Pikes and the Black Sun have like factions that they can go in, like symbols right there. So for whatever reason, Maul and the AA5 unit are showing two gray symbols there in the top left corner next to the Shadow Syndicate or Shadow Collective, symbol, which is like the bloody hand. Does that mean that Finn is going to eventually go into that because he does the whole bloody hand thing too? I don't know. Maul is 170 points, so 10 points more expensive than the original printed Maul. But he's beautiful. He's going to have 2 force upgrades, 1 command upgrade, only 1 training, and of course a weapon upgrade. He still has the same double-bladed saber, and he's very much the same as the Maul that we have in the in the Separatists. He's got the 4 black and 4 white, impact 2, pierce 2. So you can still run him very similar to how you would run regular old Maul. He starts off with jump 1, deflect, immune to pierce, and Juyo mastery, just like Maul. But he also has 2 new abilities. He's got allies of convenience, which of course is something that is one of those new upgrades that they're putting in with Shadow Collective, that you can allow yourself to issue orders to merc units. And it allows you to include 1 additional mercenary unit of any rank. Now, of course, that's something that's going to have a little bit more clarity dumped on it once we get the full battle force and mercenary rules and all of that, because it's still not 100% clear exactly how many mercenaries can be included into units. So that the 1 additional is interesting. And it does mean that maybe that you can potentially run like 4 Mandalorian like special forces with Shadow Collective. That's that'd be kind of a cool thing. We also have Wound 1 is a new thing that Maul is getting here. The first time you enter play, suffer 1 wound. Well, that's it's an interesting one. It's actually kind of good for him, although it's generally would be viewed as a bad thing. Although since Juyo Mastery, it doesn't have the full text for Juyo Mastery here. So Juyo Mastery just says if you are wounded, you can perform 1 additional action during your activation, limit of 2 move actions. So so basically he's going to start with a wound on him, but he gets to do 3 actions every activation. So you're not stuck having to play the at last card to give him a wound. Like, now granted, he could already kind of do that, but you took a command card to do it, and so you can still have that command card. Maybe you get healed, who knows. So that is all very interesting. He's still got red health, red defense dice, 6 health, 3 courage, 2 speed, no surges natively, and he is an operative, not a commander. So all of that is very interesting. His subtext is a rival. He's still Maul, and he's still beautiful, right? Yes, he is. What do you think? Yes, he's beautiful. Why do you sound like a horse, Mr. Maul? Because I couldn't think of anything else to do. Okay. So anyway, that's this is what we're doing for May the 4th. You're probably wondering what was he going to do for May the 4th. This is what we're doing. Okay. we have another upgrade here called Up Close and Personal. After you perform a ranged attack at range 1 to 2, gain a dodge token. Now this, of course, is maybe not the most ideal thing for Maul, but it's certainly not bad, because if you wanted to run him with Saber Throw, which is definitely an option. Maul always kind of does good with Saber Throw. Again, he's got 8 dice, and when you're throwing half, you get to pick which half you throw. So you can throw 4 red with Pierce 2, which is not half bad. Although without any surge, those 4 red, this hurts. There we go. Without any surge, that 4 red aren't as guaranteed as they might seem to be, but still pretty good. But then you get a free dodge token, so you can trigger deflect, which is pretty cool. And you're gonna need some dodges, because you're gonna have only 5 health with this guy. If you you also probably need some medics. Gonna need some medics. And an interesting thing here is, like, how are you gonna heal, right? How are you gonna heal? Because look, you're not putting this Maul in any of the other factions, and all of your medics. Well, I guess the AA5 could heal him. So the AA5, will probably be able to heal him. So are you gonna have to run an AA5 with Maul, right? Well, the answer to that is coming. So there's other ways that you can heal, and that's coming up later in the video. All right, so, but yeah, I think that Up Close and Personal is going to be an interesting one to potentially put on Mandalorians or people with multiple training options. After you perform a ranged attack at range 1 to 2, gain a dodge token. I'm curious about maybe running this on Wookiees. Just because they're, especially your range 1 to 2 Wookiees, that, like your melee Wookiees actually have a really good range option, and they have the 2 training, and everybody aims with them, but like a dodge could potentially be cool. But like, there's so many cool things that you can potentially do here too, especially if you have teamwork, right? So like maybe like some Jin stuff, maybe some Han and Chewie stuff, like, oh, I'm shooting, I'm already done with my shooting, but now I'm gonna get a dodge so that you have a dodge, so like there's some pretty cool little shenanigans you can do there. Or of course, anybody with nimble, it's also going to work really, really well, and that's cool. By the way, how cool is it that, speaking of dodge tokens, how cool is it that Maul has a command upgrade right now? Because now all of a sudden you can put vigilance straight on him. He doesn't have to have somebody else helping him out with that. So that could be part of what you do. You run vigilance. You don't need Master of the Force on this guy. You're using all kinds of other ways to get those free dodge tokens and stuff. Like Force Push, he's going to have a hard time with something like that, but maybe he'll just cut through anybody. Maybe he doesn't care about Force Push, right? So Up Close and Personal, pretty interesting if you wanted to stay safe, if you don't want to get into melee. Speaking of melee, the Darksaber, we got a whole new Darksaber, not the same as Sabine's Darksaber, although it is similar, right? It's thematic that it rolls black dice, which I think is kind of funny. But it's got 6 black dice this time, so it's a little stronger of an attack. This is our strongest Darksaber, and it's going to totally change Maul. So it says, treat your rank as commander. You gain Surge to Crit and Cunning. Cunning is a really nice option. It's super groovy. I like Cunning. When your commander-specific command cards are played, if there would be a tie for priority, treat your command cards as though they had 1 fewer pip, of course. So this means you'll always win those ties, unless, of course, it's against somebody else who also has cunning. Then it's a even battle of wits. And so this one is nice. First off, getting Surge to Crit is super cool, although it kind of makes up for the kind of change in dice quality, right? You lose those red, and then you lose 2 of the white, but you have black, so you upgrade the, it's kind of splitting the difference. But here it has sidearm, melee, and ranged, and it also has impact 2 and pierce 2. So it's a 10-point Darksaber. Basically, this means it takes the place of his other saber right here. And so what I think is so interesting about this is that there is a build, like there's this build right here that they show you, and I'm wondering if there's something we haven't seen yet, like if there's like a single saber option for Maul, like gives him like Arsenal 2 or something like that. I don't think so, but like this is interesting to me because this build doesn't make sense, right? Like he's either using a double-bladed saber or he's using a Darksaber. There is no single red saber option that we've seen yet. Again, maybe there's more. Maybe there's something else we haven't seen yet. So that's just crazy. I mean, maybe not crazy. I mean, it's like he did this in the show, so like it makes sense for you to have something like this as an option. But I really like, again, and maybe he's running the double bladed saber or just half of it off, right? Who knows? I don't know exactly. But no, the Darksaber, because again, it's got sidearm melee range. Now, sidearm means you have to use this one. So while you will technically still have the other lightsaber, you can't use it. So you might as well just turn it off, right? So so when he's using the Darksaber, he must use the Darksaber for both melee and ranged attacks. And but gaining surge to crit, it definitely kind of, I think it gives the Darksaber the edge here. So this one's pretty fun. Now it'll certainly, my guess is this will work a little bit better in melee combat, whereas if you wanted to do a little bit more ranged combat, then kind of go maybe potentially without the Darksaber. If you wanted to stay a little bit more ranged and do saber throw with 4 red, might beat 3 black. I mean, you can surge to crit there, so if then the surge to crit still kind of helps go into cover. It's interesting. Now against vehicle, if you're relying on impact, then I would definitely, you probably want to have more dice. I don't know. I think if you do the math, they're probably breaking even there. But at the same time, like I would rather have red dice than white dice. Like I really want the other lightsaber better because black dice just tends to punish me more, and my white dice actually tend to be a little bit better, whereas my red dice aren't as good. So anyway, it is what it is. It's still got impact 2, still got pierce 2. I think cunning and surge to critical are the really cool things here. You'll have an easier time if you are doing a saber throw into cover. You'll be more likely getting some crits in there. But that's what it looks like. So interesting again. But you don't have Dauntless, by the way. And that's an interesting thing. Like Sabine's Darksaber has Dauntless, and this one doesn't. So I guess we're at the position right now where every Darksaber is going to be the same, or going to be kind of unique for that character and not the same. We also have command cards, and these are interesting because first off, they are all Maul. So Maul has 6 command cards now, but it's not as simple as that. First off, if you notice, the pips are 3-2-3 as opposed to 1-2-1. And that is really interesting. Now, which magic has the magical text that says, while building a command hand, treat this as though it had 1 pip. So if you are running all 6 of Maul's command cards, you're still going to end up having, a couple of 3s, a couple of 2s, 2 1s, 2 2s, and 2 3s. It's all going to balance out if you decide to do that. But you won't be able to do that outside of the Shadow Collective because this is something that's going to work specifically with Shadow Collective, and you won't be able to just take these and put them into Separatist Maul, because if we look at the top of each of these cards, which magic, his eminence, and sees what power we can, it says you must nominate Shadow Collective Maul. Each of them say that. You must nominate Shadow Collective Maul. So it's a little unclear, like, if there's... I mean, obviously the intent here is that you can only use these with Shadow Collective Maul. If you somehow accidentally or on purpose included these in a Separatist build with Maul, I don't think there's anything, I don't think there's anything you can do, and I'm pretty sure that when the rules reference guide gets updated, it's going to kind of clarify exactly where this breaks, but it's obvious that the intent is you can't use these with Separatist Maul. So I wouldn't recommend even trying, because it's not going to work. That's the idea. That's why they included you must nominate that Maul. So let's start with Witch Magic. So it says this one counts as though it had 1 pip while building the command hand, but it's still going to be a 3 pip when it activates. It says remove up to 2 wound tokens and any number of poison or immobilized tokens from Maul. When Maul activates, he recovers. So it's a cool way to heal Maul, and that's that's kind of again. Remember, I was talking about how is he going to heal? How is he going to heal? Well, you do get one command card that can heal you. It's a 3-pip though, so again, if you're like, if you're in danger, it's not going to heal you like a 1-pip. It's not going to heal you that quickly because you have to activate first. So that is something worth considering. But it doesn't do it, and it's a 3-pip that only does one activation, right? And that's a big thing with Maul, right? Most of his stuff is just Maul, and his other 3-pip that counts as a 1-pip is also just him. So you're not giving out as many orders. His Eminence does issue Maul and 1 unit, though. So look at 2-pip. It says you must nominate Maul again. Maul gains a dodge token, so he gains it right away, which is that much is good. Each other trooper at range 1 of Maul gains a suppression token. Now, that could be bad, but in this case, it's actually good, because when another friendly trooper at range 1 of Maul activates, it skips its rally step. That unit cannot be suppressed or panicked. So this kind of reminds me of like Jyn Erso's little finish the mission card a little bit, in that this is really good like late game, like turn 5 or turn 6. Like, no, we're going to get that objective, and he's really just inspiring everybody else. Like, they're like, no, we're sticking with you until the end. And it is a 2-pip, and it does issue an order to 1 extra unit. So this one is like, it's not as flashy on the surface. It's not like giving you all kinds of great stuff, but I think it does it does 3 things. First, I was giving some people a little bit of cover, because if they didn't have a suppression token, now they're getting a suppression token. Now the thing is, I wonder if the Mandalorians are going to have danger sense or something like that, because this really sounds very much Jyn Pathfinder-ish. And if the Mandalorians have danger sense, then this card like triples in value, because it's also giving them extra suppression, which would mean extra dice for rerolls. Maul is going to gain a dodge token also right away, and so that's another cool thing. But the biggest part of this is that they can't be panicked or suppressed, and they skip the rally step too, so they're not going to lose any of that stuff. Very cool. And then seize what power we can. This one's fun. This is a true 3-pip. It's Maul in 2 units, and of course, again, must nominate Shadow Collective Maul. It says place an aim and 3 surge tokens on this card. Each time an enemy unit at range 1 of Maul spends an aim, dodge, or surge token, place 1 token of the same type on this card. Friendly mercenary units can spend tokens on this card as if their unit has these tokens, which is incredibly cool. So, I just think this is... So Maul wants to get close with this card. He wants to get up close and personal, and he is basically copying all... Basically, I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. Oh, did you spend an aim? Well, now my whole army gets an aim. Oh, did you spend a dodge? Now my whole army gets a dodge. Even if they kill Maul, this card will still stick around for the remainder of the turn, and people can spend this wherever they are. And so that's pretty cool. Now, it doesn't copy standbys. But it does copy aims, dodges, and surges. So that's a fun one. The really fun thing would be is if you're playing a mirror match and you have 2 Shadow Collective Mauls that are fighting each other, and each time somebody spends something, boom, 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 like they keep spending it, and it like, I'll attack you, dodge. Oh, now I have a dodge when you attack me. Aim, dodge. Oh, and it goes back and forth, and you guys could keep copying each other over and over again, because they are spending it as though their unit had the token. So it will certainly trigger things that require the unit to have had the token rather than to spend somebody else's. So very cool. And that means if for whatever reason Maul ever could lead clones, then they would be able to borrow that, because it's they can spend them as though their unit had the tokens. So yeah, no, I guess I don't know. It's as though they were on them. So I don't know. I don't think we're gonna have to answer that question, because I don't think Maul is gonna be leading any clones anytime soon. But who knows? Who knows who knows what'll end up happening? Maybe there'll be a what if Star Wars series one day, and Maul ends up leading the Wolf Pack or something like that, and then there you go. You get like some red and black clone armor. Actually, that would be really cool. Imagine Maul kind of converts, like Ahsoka turns Maul to the good side, and he starts leading clones like right before Order 66 happens. That would be super, super cool. All right. that's our look at Maul. I can't wait, and it's coming out soon. Don't forget to enter to win that giveaway, and I will talk to you guys later. Hopefully you're having a fantastic May the 4th. Don't forget Mother's Day is this weekend. And one last thing I'm going to leave you with before we close out here. A lot of people like to say Revenge of the 5th. It's not Revenge of the 5th. It's Cinco de Mayo. The 6th is where we get revenge. It's Revenge of the 6th. It's May the 4th. Then we take a break. Then we get Revenge of the 6th. Two reasons. First off, 5th is 2 letters off from Sith. F-I-F-T-H. But 6th is only 1 letter off. It's just the X. You just remove the X. 5th, you have to change a letter and remove another letter. You know, so it's wrong. So 6th is closer. Makes more sense. Additionally, May the 5th is already Cinco de Mayo, so I want to enjoy my Cinco de Mayo also. So anyway, so just nobody wish me a May the 5th or Revenge of the 5th. It's Revenge of the 6th. I'm just prepping everybody for tomorrow. That's a pet peeve of mine. But all right, that's going to do it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Big thanks to all my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing and help make this all possible. I'll thank you for your continued support, and I will talk to you soon. May the 4th be with you, and have a great day.